Hi guys, and today's video is gonna be about how to stretch your food that you already have at home. Man, the sun's shining right into my eyes. Okay, better now. Yeah. So I haven't been to a grocery store for over a week now. So the last time I've been there is when I had that video where I showed you the toilet paper and stuff, where panic was just beginning. So, and at that time I didn't think it would go that crazy. I thought it would only be toilet paper, but everything else would be like usual. But no, people were buying like everything and anything. And honestly, I don't want to go into a store because I still have to work and do other things, so I still have to get out of the house. But I don't want to go to a grocery store because first of all, it might be crowded, and because when I pass the parking lots, Walmarts especially, tons of cars. So I'm planning to go buy some produce maybe in about 4 or 5 days, even though we still have some broccoli, celery, couple oranges, and a few apples, but we have frozen fruit in case we really run out. So if you did not stock up as much as you wanted to, like you didn't have time or you didn't think it would get that crazy, don't worry, you can still stretch your food that you have at home to last you as long as possible. Okay, first of all, don't waste anything. Eat your leftovers. So try not to put more on your plate than you're gonna eat. Especially, I know some people do that. My kids already know not to do that. They're all old enough to load up whatever they want to eat on their plate, and I always tell them only put on your plate as much as you're gonna eat. So that's what they do, and only put as much on your plate as you're gonna eat. And if there's leftovers, put them in some kind of container, put them in the fridge, and you can use them tomorrow. So nothing would spoil, so you wouldn't have to waste anything. Number 2, also you might want to eat everything that might expire. If you have any especially fresh fruits and vegetables, try to eat them so they don't spoil. Any packages of food, well, some food is okay to eat past expiration date, like especially dry food, but there's some things that it's best to eat before they expire. Otherwise you might be worried that you get, I don't know, something wrong with your stomach or something, food poisoning I was gonna say. So try to eat that might expire first, so then whatever expires later, you can eat that later. Also, if you have some fruits or vegetables or anything that are gonna go bad if you don't eat them within a couple days, and you already have stuff to eat for the next couple days that you just you can't eat that much, you can just put them in the fridge and not fridge, freezer, and then they can last you like maybe a month or longer, depending what kind of food it is. Also, bananas you can put in the freezer just as it is. I put my bananas whenever I have too much, like whenever I get them on good sale. I just like put them as they are with their skin and everything. I put them in the freezer, and whenever I need a banana for making banana bread or smoothie, I just get it out, peel it with a knife, like kind of like you would peel potato or something, or an apple if you don't eat the skin. So yeah, and then just use it for smoothie or for banana bread or other things you might use bananas for. The way number 3 you can stretch your food is to try to eat less. Try to eat like fewer meals maybe, and not to do snacking. So smaller portions. I mean, none of us needs to overeat, because none of us are too skinny, so we all could use smaller portions. So yeah, me too. So we could stretch our food longer, and it's actually gonna benefit us because we're not gonna gain any weight, hopefully even lose some. Also, number 4, if you're healthy person overall, you can even do some fasting. Like I do intermittent fasting to lose some weight, And so I don't eat breakfast, and I eat somewhere between 2 and 8 p.m. only, sometimes 12 to 8 depending on my crazy schedule. So yeah, and this way I noticed I probably do eat less food, of course, and unless there's something that I just overeat sometimes, yeah. But this way, if you skip a meal, especially like either breakfast or a dinner, just make it's not only good for using less food, it's also good for your health. So you can substitute the ingredients. Let's say you're out of bread and you want to make a bread, but you don't have yeast. So what you can do, like, you can just make pancakes or something else. And like if you normally want to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, um and you don't have bread, you just can make some pancakes and put some peanut butter and jelly or just whatever you have and make yourself a pancake sandwich. Just use your imagination. You can just invent new recipes, maybe based on the stuff you have. Like yesterday I made I wanted to use up some bread, so I made some tuna sandwiches. So I mixed the tuna, I drained the tuna, and I put the juice in. I added juice actually to my dog's food to flavor their food, and they were super happy. But I mixed the tuna with the cream cheese and then put it on the bread. But let's say if I wouldn't have cream cheese, I would probably have some mayo. I always have mayo, so I would add some mayo to it and mix it this way and put it on the sandwich. So you can just substitute depending on what you have. And also remember, you don't have to make like a 3-course or 5-course meal of everything. You can just make something of whatever you have. Like if you don't have meat, use some canned meat like tuna, or like I have lots of eggs because I have chickens. I also have milk because I have goats. So basically, if all we would have just like rice or some other kind of grain, whatever, we have eggs, we have milk from the backyard, we wouldn't be starving. I mean, and it's okay not to have some of the things, because it's not like you're gonna live like that for years. Even if it's for, I don't know, 6 months or a year, you're still gonna be fine. I mean, I grew up without having like lots of variety like now we have here. Like, we Americans here are so spoiled. Like, we have to have toilet paper, we have to have for a meal we have to have meat and some maybe grain and some vegetables. When I was growing up, we only had vegetables and fruits in season, in the summertime when they were actually growing. We maybe had a few apples here and there in the winter if we could save it for the winter that they wouldn't spoil. Other than that, we just had like all kinds of soups, pasta, and some canned meat and stuff in the winter time. So, and as you can see, I'm alive, and I don't have any chronic disease or anything. So yeah, it's not like if you don't have vegetables for a week, you're gonna like damage your health. You're still gonna be fine. I mean, obviously, if you have diabetes or something, you can't live on just like bread and cookies alone. You gotta have something that doesn't have too much sugar. Yeah, but most of the overall healthy people, you'll survive. You're not gonna die from not having enough toilet paper or what else people might not have, fresh tomatoes or celery or something. You'll be just fine. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enough food and staying safe and healthy, and we'll get through this, don't worry.